Welcome back to the show. Wil Anderson, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey!
Hey!
Thanks for having me back. So good to be back. Times change. Man. Seriously. How about those footy results in the finals?
Or the cricket.
Yeah. And what about that government we have?
Hey, isn't he, she...
Big shock in the winner of Australia's Got X Factor.
Yeah. What? Didn't see that coming at all.
No, at all. At all.
Thanks for coming back.
Mate, it's good to be back. Since I've been on the show, I've joined the band Weezer. So, I'm excited. Good times. Been touring with them.
Actually,
everyone's looking at me going, things have gone well for Anderson since last time he was on this show. He can now afford a cardigan. Next time you might get one that fits him.
Well, the audience is full of midgets.
You know what? I did a gig. This is a true story. You mentioned midgets, but I did a gig. It was a TV audition. It was like one of those things in a comedy club where they had a whole bunch of comics on, and the idea was that the comics who did best might get on this TV show. And I got to audition for this, but you had to do your 4 minutes, like the 4 minutes you were going to do on the TV. They said, whatever happens, don't vary on those 4 minutes, right? So, like, middle of my set, these 3 people have walked in, and I swear no exaggeration. First guy about 6'8", right? Second guy normal height, third guy midget. And they have sat in the front row. And in my head I'm just like, do your material, do your material. And the first thing that came out of my mouth was just like, let me guess why you were late. Your porridge was too cold. Terrible. True story.
I heard you went to Montreal once and you got a cavity search. I've never had that done unwillingly. What is that like?
Look, it was it wasn't the greatest experience of all time. The problem was, and it was legitimately because I was going to a comedy festival. Like I was getting picked up at the airport by the comedy people.
And you can't crack jokes at the airport. That's the worst thing, isn't it? As a comedian,
well, it's against the rules now.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to, like, you know, say, you know, whatever. I don't know what you would say in that situation. That would be hilarious. But you know, if you find 33 trillion minors, I know nothing.
Yeah.
So like I didn't have any information of where I was staying, and I didn't have any information of the gigs I was doing because it was all getting like taken care of. So they thought I was sus, basically. And so they've taken me into this tiny little room, and there's 2 people. That's the thing, like, because they have to, I guess, have one person to watch. I don't know, maybe it's just work experience. I'm not even sure. In retrospect, maybe he's just gone, mate, his mate's there just like visiting him for the day, doesn't even work there. He's like, mate, you should come and see this. And yeah, and so they put you in the corner and they lube up their finger. Not to be unfair to them, they do lube it up.
So it was like you would see in the movies, yeah, when they put the glove on and, you know.
Depends which movies you're watching. It's not like Brokeback Mountain. He doesn't sit behind you like Heath Ledger and just spit on his hand. And just go, I can't quit you, Will.
What were they looking for? Why did they pick you out? Just because you're a comedian?
Yeah, it was because I didn't know any of the details of where I was going into their country, and I didn't know the details of where I was working or where I was staying. So they thought that was suspicious. Yeah. Whereas actually what it really was just me being used to someone picking me up at the airport, and so I probably deserved it. Yeah, well, but not actually like, you know, someone should finger you in the arse if you don't know where you're going. So I mean, in general, if you get to a point in your life where you go, that's someone else's problem, someone should finger you in your arse. You know what I mean? Just as a punishment. Like,
that's right.
Do you know, you reckon people wouldn't get as arrogant in our society if just occasionally, when someone got a bit up themselves, we got up them, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
It's good.
You know what I mean? Like,
I don't think you should get into politics. You live in Sydney now, which is a long way from where the Western Bulldogs play, except for when they play in Canberra. But so I used to be a Swans member, but I couldn't afford to do it anymore because of our job. I was always doing stand-up comedy shows on night times and that. You know when I quit? After they won the grand final.
Right.
Yeah, I felt I'd hung with them. Yeah, I hung with them long enough. I followed you through. We won a grand final. You had all my support. Now, see ya. How do you feel? Because I know you.
That is like wooing somebody, taking them out on dates, like them saying, "No, I'm saving myself until we get married."
Yeah.
Like buying a ring, organising a wedding, getting to your wedding night, having sex, and go, "Ha ha, you're divorced."
I got bored after the grand final.
You got bored after the... Oh, boo-hoo.
See, you're lucky.
I'm lucky that my team hasn't won a grand final in my life.
That's right.
Oh, thanks for that,
is,
mate.
because
I feel really lucky about the fact that the only other grand final my team played in was like 11 years before I was... In fact, 13 years before I was born. 61 was our last grand final, which we lost to Hawthorn. 54
But you remember it like you were there.
Final that 54!
Yeah.
If I had missed the replay and wanted to see that on TV, I would have had to wait another 2 years until television came to Australia. That's how long ago 1954 is. If I want to see our grand final, it's an awesome flip book.
I'm just saying, you've still got hope. So you cling to that.
I don't have hope. I'm 37 years old. I've never seen him play in a grand final. That's not hope.
You will though.
That's
you will.
desperation.
You will. You'll see them.
That is like me begging to root a girl who is clearly a lesbian and no one will tell me. I'm like, mate, save your money. Have you not heard the name Ruby Rose? She's in the papers. Nothing but heartbreak for you, but every year I'm like, this will be the year. No, it won't.
It's good. It shows.
No, it's not good.
You've got to go for the underdog.
You know what? That is bullshit. The best time ever. It was like people when the Australian cricket team were like winning all the time, and people were like, "Oh no, I don't like it when they win in 3 days." I'm like, well, you don't remember when the West Indies used to beat us in 3 days. I loved when the Australian cricket team were the best. If they won before lunch on the first day, I would have been like, that is the best game ever. I don't care. You know what? They got arrogant. Somebody should have just given them a little... When Warnie was at his peak taking the pills, we can't... Come on, Warnie. We would still be the #1 cricket nation in the world.
That would be your spin finger, wouldn't it, then? No, I really appreciate you coming in and supporting the show. And
Mate, it's been a pleasure. Thanks,
no worries.
man.
Thank you very much. Wil Anderson.